Hi there, Joey from PowerhouseAffiliate.com. Today we're going to talk about CPA marketing and my 5-step campaign testing technique. Okay, let's get started without wasting any time. Let's talk about search ads, why I recommend search ads, especially for newbies coming into CPA marketing. If you want to test ads on paid traffic, search ads give you the ability to target pretty much any type of offer because you're targeting people in their search process. So when people come to search engines like Bing.com or Google.com and they type in something in the search, they're going to see ads for something, okay? Whatever they search for, there's going to be related ads. So that's why it's so easy to target this type of traffic, making it a lot easier to spend less money, we'll say, so you can start with a smaller budget and really start testing a lot of offers. So let's talk about the 5-step process. Now that we know what type of traffic we're going to use, let's go into finding our offer. Step 1, we need to find an offer. So here is a CPA affiliate network called Max Bounty. If you go to dayjobhacks.com/maxbounty, use my referral link. It might help your application process and you can get access to thousands of CPA affiliate offers. In this case, they have great filtering, and I'm going to search for search ads. Well, I'm going to search for offers that allow search. So I'm going to filter, search, and then I can filter approved to run. And now I can see a long list of offers that I can run. In fact, there's 18 pages of offers that I can run on search ads. So how could I test all of these? Oh my gosh, it's going to take me so long. Well, then you need to find and set up your own processes for how you're going to test offers. Now, there's a bunch of these offers that I wouldn't test, okay? So let me give you an idea of what types of offers I would and would not test. First of all, I would not test anything related to Bitcoin on search ads. The reason is for compliance purposes, and I just don't want to get my accounts banned. Secondly, I'm not going to promote anything that's below a roughly $10 CPA payout. So if the network is only paying me, $8 for an offer, usually it's going to be very difficult to make this profitable on search ads especially. So I'm looking for the sweet spot where it's like $10 to $50 in the range of payouts, okay? And that generally works. Now, it's not always about payout. And somebody's going to say, okay, well, you should be looking at your earnings per click. Yes, of course, you're going to look at earnings per click, but this number can often be skewed based on maybe one affiliate is running a really well or really bad or really poorly, and it's skewing this earnings per click number. So the only way you're going to know earnings per click is by doing your own tests, okay? So let's find an offer that we can run. What am I allowed to do on this search ads platform? And am I going to be able to get my ads shown for a reasonable price? And the only way to find out is to do some initial research, which I'm going to talk about next in our next steps. Okay, so let me find an offer quickly as an example. Okay, I think I found an offer that I think would work well, and there are two versions here. There's the Credit Verify, which is a free credit report for Canada traffic, and there's also the Identity IQ credit score for US traffic. And you can see here, this one pays out $28, and this one pays out $30. So the earnings per click is fairly similar, 185 here and 163. So it all depends on if you want to try it in Canada or the United States. I would say it's probably less competitive in anything other than the United States. It's the most competitive country for most affiliate marketers especially. Now that we have the offer, the next step is to do some research about the offer itself. So step 2, research and discover what is already happening out there on these ad platforms and what are people doing to have success. So one of the tools we can use is called SEMrush. Go to dayjobhacks.com/SEMrush and you will get a free trial for this. And basically it is a tool that allows you to do a whole bunch of search or a whole bunch of research around search engine marketing. So basically you can search for SEO projects if you want to look at local SEO, but in this case we're going to be using the advertising dashboard, and we're going to start spying on the PPC advertising that is happening on these platforms, in particular Google and Microsoft. So as you can see here, I can enter any domain, subdomain, or URL. So in order to find these domains, I need to go do a search on the traffic source. So let's go to Bing.com because that will be our example today. And here I'm going to type in free credit score. And as you can see, there will be some ads here. ad here. But one thing that's happening here is that I'm only seeing Canadian ads because I'm in Canada. So how do I see the United States ads? That's where we introduce a tool that is called a VPN. And if you check here, I'm using Hide My Ass. There'll be a link down in the description for this. And basically I can turn it on and switch my location to the United States. And now my computer is basically appearing like it's in the United States. So if I do a search now, I can start seeing ads that are running in the United States. I went ahead and refreshed, and now you can see I'm getting ads from the United States. And here's an example here, freescoreonline.com. Take this domain and bring it on over to SEMrush, and let's see what we have here for keywords and advertisements being ran right now. Okay, so here are the results, and now you can see that there are 3,200 keywords that they have related to this campaign. You can see all of the keywords they are running, as well as the amount of competition and what it might cost per click. All of that is here in the report. Now there's a little bit more to this. Now I don't have to do any more searching on Bing or Google because I can simply click on competitors, and now I can see all of the competitors related to this company and who I'm going to be competing against as well. And I can see all of the keywords they're using, everything else, and all of that stuff. So you can start to see here some of these would be affiliate websites, and you can start seeing their landing pages, all of that stuff. Now, these ones like Experian and TransUnion, the top ones, aren't going to be affiliates. But as you go down, you can really pick out easily what is an affiliate and what is not. For example, Credit Nerd, just to me, screams affiliate. And other ones as we go down, and you can start seeing what they're actually doing. Now, I'm not going to get into too much because there's a lot to this video, but you can also see the ad copies, which is an amazing feature here because now I can see exactly what they're saying in their ads, and more importantly, I can see exactly which keywords they are running for each ad. So that helps in creating congruent ads because now you can see that they've been running this for a while. They're running free credit checks to an ad that says this, and then they're going to a specific landing page. So all of your research is done for you using this tool. Again, dayjobhacks.com/SEMrush. I'm not going to go any further into research and discovery because I think this is the easiest way to do it. We need to now build a landing page for our campaign. In order to rapidly test multiple campaigns using this method, you need to have one single domain, so you don't have to constantly go in and set up a new domain, a new website, a new landing page every time you want to test a new offer. So I'll get this question a lot in our affiliate forum. Should you create one single domain for every campaign you test? Absolutely not. You should have one overarching domain that you use as your testing site. It could be anything related to reviews or products or customer reports, anything like that that's kind of overarching. Or as you can see from other big affiliates, if they're going to focus on one particular niche like finance, maybe you see something like NerdWallet or something. Those are examples of overarching domains where they can start testing anything related to finance. Same as diet, and you could have something like My Healthy Diet, and then you could basically run anything related to diet under that same domain. So that's how we quickly create landing pages. And the tool I'm going to be using is Optimize Press 3 for WordPress because I set up my blog as well as a whole bunch of legal links on my webpage to make it look like an authority website. This helps the ad platforms approve your ads faster, and you're not going to get banned for just having bridge pages all the time. So make sure you have some content on your website, you have all of the legal and contact pages set up, and then use a plugin maybe similar to OptimizePress. If you go to dayjobhacks.com/OptimizePress, you can check out how that works in creating landing pages. But basically, we are going to create a landing page quickly using their templates. I'm not going to go through the step-by-step process of doing that because, again, that is all in our training. That is at powerhouseaffiliate.com. But let me just show you quickly how easy it is. Over here, I will select the OptimizePress plugin and select Create New. Now that I have my website set up, it's very easy to create these websites. As you can see, they have many individual templates you can use for your campaigns. You can also save templates that you've created yourself. If you have a landing page that works well for particular types of offers, all you need to now do is come in and create a duplicate and change the offer out and start testing multiple different offers using the same landing page. That is why I like to use a tool like this, because you can use templates and you're not constantly creating landing pages from scratch. Now, basically, to do this, it is a simple drag and drop editor. I'm not going to go through all of that. I have another video that I've done a full review on this, how to create landing pages, all of that stuff. I'll pop that up here, or I'll put a link down in the description and you can check that out. Here is an example of a landing page I created quickly for this example. You can see that I am collecting an email on this one, but I would recommend either collecting an email or just putting a big call to action right here with a button that says click here to get your free report, and then it links to the affiliate offer that you want to promote. Okay, you can see here I'm going to do the Identity IQ offer, and I would go down and you can see I just added a little bit of information. Nothing crazy here, just a simple landing page, nothing crazy. But you can see though, I do have links to my legal pages as well as my product reviews that I have done on other sections of my website, privacy policy, contact, and terms. This will keep me safe, in my opinion, from the ad review team, that if they scrape this and see no other links, it's a bridge page and I break policy. Make sure you read your policy. I am not the rule guy, and I don't want you to lose your account based on information I give you. So make sure you do your own due diligence. Now let's move on. Number 4, we need to set up tracking. Step 4. If you don't know anything about tracking, check out the video down in my description. I do a full webinar on website tracking, so I'm not going to get into that. But the tool I'm going to be using today is CPV Lab Pro. There is a link down in the description as well for that. That gives you free access to use that. I'm going to be using that to track all of the keywords in my CPA affiliate campaign here that I'm setting up, so that I can quickly test and see the keywords that are profitable and which ones are not, and pause the ones that aren't working. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I did do a quick run of traffic to see how it would work. I got some very cheap clicks. I'm going to show you how I set up that campaign quickly in a minute, but I just want to show you what CPV Lab Pro can show me now when I use tracking. I can now see the keywords or anything else I want to select over here. I can see referring domains, I can see the time of day, browsers, everything about the traffic that I got, I can now see. I got 4 conversions, so I can sort by conversions and I can actually see the keywords that worked. One of them here, credit reports, surprisingly got 61 clicks. 2 people clicked through the landing page and both of them converted, which is kind of funny. But you can see here, this is the type of detail you need to get inside your tracking. So at this point, I can now start to see that it's converting. This is a potential campaign I would put on my top priority list because it's converting, and that is how we do tests quickly for any types of offers we want to run, okay? So now, how do we set up these campaigns quickly? First, we're going to use Microsoft Ads. If you go to dayjobhacks.com/Bing, you can get a $100 free credit on your first $25 in spend. That is a deal that I got set up with them directly, so you can actually get that and get your first test out for free, basically. Once you find something working on Microsoft, it's usually going to be able to be moved over to Google, and you'll be able to test and tweak everything on Microsoft at a lower budget and then move over to Google where you can start scaling, but it will be more expensive at Google. Okay, step 5, campaign basics. Let's set up the campaign quickly and show you how I set up my testing campaigns on Microsoft Ads. First of all, you go into your Microsoft Ads account and you click Create Campaign. Next, I'm going to be going for conversions. We're going to do search ads. Later on, you can scale with audience ads. I won't talk about that right now. Let's go to search and let's talk about a few of the features that we'll do with a few of the settings for a testing campaign. We'll call this sample campaign so I can just talk about this as we go through. So we are going to talk now about budget. What is your budget? If you have a large budget, if you say a large is like $500 a day, then you can set $500 a day here. For testing, I usually go with anywhere between $50 to $100 a day per test, and I'm going to let it run for a couple of days. I'm going to be watching it daily. If I see the first day it blasts through the entire budget and in a few minutes, then I'm obviously going to come in and set that to a different bid. But right now, you really need to think about your budget in terms of how many keywords you want to target with your initial test. I recommend anywhere from 20 to 100 keywords tops for your test. So when you come into a place like this, you're not going to take every single, keyword here, 2,000 keywords, and throw them into your campaign as a test. You might take the first 100 and see how they perform, and then you start eliminating the ones that don't work and coming back in here and pulling in another 100 into your campaign. So you're finding out little nuggets of traffic that you can find that will be profitable. Now, there are different strategies. If you have a large budget and you just don't want to waste any time, sure, come in, take your 2,000 keywords, but now you're going to be spending $1,000 a day testing and making sure that you're watching it constantly so you're not losing too much money from your testing. So if you're testing a whole bunch of campaigns and you're trying to find profitable campaigns as a CPA marketing affiliate, you're probably not going to take all these keywords and do $1,000 a day tests, because if we're going to be testing 10 to 20 campaigns before we actually find one that is going to be potentially profitable long term. Okay, so that's why we start with a little budget and less keywords. Okay, coming back in here, let's just say I set it to $100 a day. Okay, this is Canadian dollars, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. You can't change these daily budget options anymore. Now you got to make sure you select the right location. So make sure you choose the specific location that you want to target. And also you're always going to make sure that you only have people in your targeted location. So turn off people searching for whatever this one is here. Okay, turn that off. Make sure you select the right language. So you're going to select English. And then these ones I just leave. For the purpose of saving time on this video, the next couple steps are very basic, so I'm not going to go through them, but you would set up your keywords. So you would add your 10 keywords or whatever, 100 keywords, whatever it is based on your budget, and you would add those here into one ad group. In my opinion, is how I test, and I basically set up one ad group. It's usually a broad match for all of the keywords, and it's just basically going broad, and I'm setting my bids to a very conservative bid, we'll say. I'm not going super crazy, and I won't usually rely on the cost per click I see here, because usually I find this is really high. This is for the top placements. You're looking at $7 to $8 on Google, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be bidding a much lower bid when I do my testing to see, because I find through my testing that even with a lower bid you can get some decent traffic, especially on Microsoft, using their search partner traffic. As you can see here with the search partner traffic, I was able to get an average cost per click of 14 cents. So you can see that the price per click on the partner traffic is much cheaper. Mind you, it is not as great quality as the Bing owned and operated websites. So for my initial testing, I always test both at the same time, the partners as well as the owned and operated websites. And then once I find something in my data to prove that one is better than the other, I will separate both of them into two different campaigns and run the Bing owned and operated in one campaign and the partners in the other. But again, we're just talking about quick tests here. That's the purpose of this video. It's the 5-step testing strategy. So let's look at some of the data here and talk about how we would continue forward on this campaign. This is the final summary kind of deal here, okay? So you can see here that I ran this at a 16-cent bid, 1,200 clicks or so, roughly the same as what was in my tracker. You can see I spent about 174 Canadian dollars and I made back 4 conversions. Now going forward, I'm going to be looking into my CPV data and looking to separate this and all that stuff, but initially, this to me is a successful test and would require me to now focus my time on this rather than constantly testing new ones. Now, as you start building teams, you can start having people do the testing for you. Once they find something that works, you take over and you start focusing on building that campaign out. And that is how teams work together. All of that discussed in the forums. If you go to affiliate forums and Facebook groups, you're going to see teams talking about, we need media buyers, we need people to build landing pages, all that stuff. So that is how you test quickly. You find campaigns that work. CPA marketing is definitely the way to go on this one. And I would start with search and then move on to Google, and then later on look into doing the audience ads, Google display, move on to native ads, move on to push ads. But basically, for me, I always start in the search and then I move from there, okay? So that is just my 5-step CPA marketing testing strategy. There are many different strategies out there. We do tons of case studies. Check them out. Check out my channel and all that stuff. If you like this video, please like it, share, comment, all that stuff. If you have questions, post them down below or come into the forum, and I'm always in there answering questions. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.